Welcome back to the 8th public Q&A on the channel. It's only been 2 months since the last one, but I thought we may as well get one done because I quite fancied doing one and we got quite a lot of questions. So let's just get straight into it. The first question comes from Buses, Nostalgia, Clips, Lifts and More, who asks, which is your favourite Go North East vehicle? For that, in the past I would have said Scania Omnicity. However, at the moment I'd probably have to say Scania Omnideckers, with the Omnicities no longer being in service with Go North East. The next question comes from Faceless, who asks, how do you get the money to buy the tickets to get on all the trains and or buses? Well, they're not actually that pricey as sometimes you may think. Generally, to get around on a bus all day, it only costs me about £1.10, and then railway, like metros, it's kind of the same. National Rail, you know, it depends on how far I go. But it's not really that much, so it's not like I need a lot of money for it, if that makes sense. The next question comes from Haz PLMR, who asks, hello my friend, could you please let me know if you will ever livestream your journeys? Well, I don't currently have plans to livestream at the moment because it's quite a complicated process and my account, I think, is blocked at the moment from live streaming. I'm not sure, but it always seems to go wrong. But I think eventually when I hit the requirements to live stream on mobile, I would like to start live streaming. However, I'd have to see about actually doing it on journeys because, you know, for privacy reasons, I'd probably be more likely to do live streams in my house, like on Roblox and stuff, rather than doing it on journeys, just for privacy reasons, you know. The next question comes from WB Go-Karts, who asks, do you know what happened to Go North East 709? For those of you who aren't aware, that used to be an Optus Solo in the Go North East fleet. Unfortunately, it's a very simple answer, no. I'm not aware. I'm aware it's left the fleet, and it's not even for sale. It's like completely left Go North East. I'm pretty sure it was withdrawn in 2020, in last year actually, but I think it did spend a little bit at Washington, didn't it? But I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it was withdrawn from Go North East last year or the year before, and I think it spent its final days at Washington Depot. The next question comes from Buses and Metros and Trains and More 2023, who asks, what is your favourite Go North East bus livery? For that, I'd probably have to say Cobalt and Coast, which is on the 307 and 309, or Key City, which used to be on the Q3 and is now just kind of spare. There's only one bus left in that, so it's pretty much dead at this point, unfortunately. The next question is, would you prefer to travel by bus or metro from Newcastle to Wallsend? Well, that really depends on how busy it is and the time of day, because I have been on the bus from Wallsend to Newcastle before, which was a 12, and that was quite busy. But with the metro and just generally in that section, I think it does depend on the time of day, because it could be in the morning, it could be quite quiet, it could be midday, and it could be full of a lot of people out for leisure, or it could be in the evening, it could be full of chavs. So to be fair, you never know. So I can't really give an answer on that. The next question, and the third and final one of this group, is what's your favourite refurbished metro car? I have been asked that a couple of times, and unfortunately I don't have an answer for it, because some people will heavily disagree, and this will be a very controversial thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. In my eyes, they are quite the same. The refurbished metro cars, that may be quite controversial. Some people may disagree and say like, oh, insert metro car has a better engine sounds or whatever. But they're all the same to me. I mean, there's the odd rubbish one, but I don't have an answer. I may have just said something incredibly controversial, so let's just see how the viewers take that one. The next question comes from It's Thunder Pro, who asks, what if the rarest type of Enviro 400, or any rare type of bus, in all of the UK was on sale? Would you buy it and preserve it and bringing it to running days across the UK? I've seen like people that, you know, have privately bought buses, and it does look like something quite good, so, you know, and it's not something I'd consider obviously anytime soon. It'd be a long time before I considered anything like that, but, you know, it'd probably be something cool to do, so you never know, maybe I'd do it like in like 10-20 years time, God knows. The next set of questions, which we have 3 of, come from Trains with Max, the first of which says, have you ever filmed a direct rail services train? I have. I think I caught some 68s at Manners over 2 years ago now. I'm not sure about anything else. I probably have though. Just you might have to have a look, and there'll probably be something on the channel somewhere. The second question out of the group of 3 is, have you ever filmed a Network Rail MPV? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. And the final out of the set of 3 is, what is your favourite train? It's kind of joint. Maybe class 43, although I do absolutely love 91s and Pacers. 91s are just brilliant. So that's all I have to say about that, really. The next question comes from Sam's Travel Blogs in the northeast of England, who has watched my content for a very long time. I feel like I've said that before, but thank you anyway. And his question is, what is your favourite bus route on Go Northeast? At the moment of filming, I do quite like the 310. However, of course, that is the days of that are numbered. Literally, the day I'm filming this, which is Saturday the 25th of March, the next day, it dies. So, I'm not entirely sure at the moment, but at the moment, 310. But I do quite like some other routes as well. I just can't really give one in specific. The next question comes from Jack's Transport Content, who appears to have rebranded, so fair enough. And his question is, what is your favourite place you've visited so far this year? It does depend what you mean by this year, whether you mean 2023 or just the last calendar year, so March 2022 to present. If you mean the last calendar year, then I'd probably say Nottingham in April of 2022. However, if you mean 2023, I'm not entirely sure, because I have mainly done bus stuff. So that is really iffy, to be fair. I'm not sure. The next question comes from King Slayer, who asks, well, Green Arrow is ending. Go Northeast, that is. The MMCs are becoming free. Do you think Percy Main Depot will gain a few for the extended Coaster 1 or go elsewhere? I'm aware that around the day of filming this, a couple have gone to Concert Depot. However, I do think Percy Main will get some. I mean, I'm not entirely sure though, because I've heard lots of rumours about streetlights coming up from Washington, streetlights coming up from Deptford, Concert, and those MMCs. So I have absolutely no idea what is going to come, but literally the day I'm filming this, tomorrow it extends to Metro Centre, and then obviously on Monday we'll see the PVR increase on that route. So on Monday we'll be able to actually know for sure. But at the moment I've heard 4 different rumours, so I'm really not too sure, to be honest. The next set of 2 questions come from Teesside Transport, and we'll quickly run through them. The first question is, favourite train? Full class, example given 156480. Favourite train in general, I don't have one as a full class number, because I don't really ride National Rail much anymore, to be fair. I have mellowed down the amount of National Rail stuff I do these days, so I don't have a train class in individuality. However, just as a general class, I like 43s, 91s, Pacers, the 994s, and that kind of thing, but just a full class number. I don't ride National Rail nearly enough to be able to do that. I rarely ride National Rail these days, so I'm not entirely sure. And the final out of the set of 2 questions is favourite bus, brackets, model and fleet. Well, for that I'd probably again say Scania Omnidecker. Percy Main Depot are the ones that are kind of local to me, and I quite like 6168 Go Northeast. The long Omnideckers in general I do quite like. 3995 is nice. 6135 is pretty decent as well. I did quite like the DFDS ones, despite never riding on them. I just like the look of them and I like some of the sounds. So I'm quite sad I never rode on them. There's still 2, but they're not at Percy Main anymore, so I probably have to go to Riverside for them, and I think they mainly stick to Scholars. But yeah, just Scania Omnis in general, 6168, couple of the Percy Main ones, 3995, that kind of stuff. The next question comes from Stephen Kruesk, who asks, what is your opinion on a new Coast Road scheme? I'm assuming you're referring to the bus service changes, in that Arriva Northumbria and Go Northeast services are going to be linked together under ticketing and timetable. So the Arriva Northumbria 306 and 308, the Go Northeast 307, which is replacing the 310 and the 311, and the 309 Go Northeast. They're all going to kind of be integrated with tickets, so you can use a ticket on all of them. And you can also, the timetable will be coordinated as well. My opinion on that scheme is actually really positive. I think that's really good. I'm a little bit annoyed about the 310 and the 311 merging though, because that just adds to the journey time of the 310, and is that really necessary? Not really. 309 I wouldn't know what to tell you, because I've actually never been on the 309, which might surprise some ears. And just the Arriva Northumbria services in general, linking the two companies together in terms of timetable and coordination, I think that's fantastic. It's been something that's probably been needed for a very long time, so I think that's very, very positive for the Coast Road area. The next question is from, I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, Milo. If it's something else, I'm very, very sorry. And they've just got a simple question of green or blue. I'm assuming it's a question about just which is my favourite colour, and for that I'd probably say blue. So there you go. But anyway, that will conclude this Q&A. Episode 8, I'm pretty sure. And a pretty long one at that as well, because I think I got like a record-breaking number of questions. Loads of questions. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed. I wasn't expecting it. And the Q&A question video in general got over 100 views, so that's just clearly showing that a lot of people interacted with it. So if you want more Q&As, then do let me know. I'm currently doing them about every 2 months, but I could do them monthly, the end of each month. How about that? Maybe that could be something, let me know. But that being said, we'll end it off there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.